I'll stay right here.
Welcome back. I am happy to welcome our friends of the village, Mr. Mike Straziuso and Frances Gomez, your guests, Mr. Mike. You've brought Frances in.
Well, she is our guest speaker at our meeting this Friday at 2 o'clock, Clubhouse 3, Dining Room 1. Everyone come.
Yes.
And learn.
And learn. Well, I'm going to say this is quite a feat to have Frances here with us on this day because she's been in the village, working in the village for a bit, but this is the first time she's been on TV.
Crazy, huh?
Frances, how many years have you worked here at the village?
I worked here 12 years.
Really?
Yes, going on 13.
That's wonderful. What brought you here?
I came in the summer of 2005 to pay off for school. I just needed a job to pay off for my last year of college, and then it kind of just took a life of its own, and it became my career, and I've just stayed here. I enjoy it. I love it.
You enjoy it, and that's what also I think the rest of us are finding, that we love this place.
Yes, we do.
And there's a lot of people building good long careers here. So now, Frances, you are with the compliance department. Now, for some people, that might be a confusing word.
Yes.
Because it doesn't normally go with other types of industries. Tell us, what is the compliance department? What do they do?
Well, the compliance department is the rules enforcement of the community. So what we do is we follow the board-approved disciplinary process. If we are notified of a violation or a potential violation, we investigate, so that whether it be a security officer to go out there or any of the other departments, inspectors to go out there, or us going out to the field, making phone calls, gathering information to see, is this a true violation? We advise the member of the violation. We send them a letter, an official courtesy notice saying, hey, you may be in violation of the rules and this is why. And we also include an actual breakout or an excerpt of the actual rule. And we give them time to comply. If they comply, if our follow-up inspection reveals that they took the initiative and cured the violation, then it's a done deal. The matter is closed.
Yes.
However, if they didn't cure the violation or the follow-up inspection reveals that it's still there, then it's our responsibility to bring that member before the board of directors for a hearing.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And then at the hearing, the board has the ability to impose fines, suspend privileges such as cable services, no access to the golf courses, the clubhouses, the facilities, and in some cases even bring forth legal action if needed.
So the compliance department really has the rules in place to keep the community safe and smoothly running.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Yes. And so, Mr. Straziuso, the Friends of the Village, you're bringing Ms. Gomez in on Friday for this wonderful event, because this is really a great subject for people to learn more about.
It's terrific, yes. And you use her last name as it changed just 2 years ago, because she has been known over the first 10 years as Frances Rangel.
Rangel.
And I found out recently that she got married 2 years ago. Hey.
She snuck off and got married 2 years ago. What do you know?
But she's let us call her Frances Rangel all this time. Hallelujah.
Well, so residents they'll know her as Frances Rangel if they've ever had to come and learn about the compliance department or speak with compliance, so they'll know that. And I do like the name Wrangle, because you're wrangling people. You're
true.
wrangling those residents.
That's true. It's our
Get them
job
to comply.
It's our job. We carry out the board's policy, and so that's what we do.
Yes. But Mr. Straziuso, so on Friday at Clubhouse 3, which is our Performing Arts Center.
It is.
Yes. And at 2 p.m. in Dining Room 1,
yes,
people can come and speak with Frances and hear what she has to say about the news of the compliance department.
We'll let her speak first.
Yes.
And then we'll go into Q&A.
Yes.
But something that in her information that she sent to me that just blows me away is that their workload has tripled.
Really?
It has. It totally has. About this time last year, we were about a caseload of 200, which is very doable, very manageable. Well, right now we are almost slightly over 900 open cases, active cases.
That's in 1 year?
Yes, that's in 1 year. It's a huge jump. There's a lot of reasons for that.
Yes.
One, we created a hotline. So there's a hotline that's established.
It's easier to reach the
Yes.
compliance department through the
Yes.
hotline now.
Yes, it's a hotline. It's anonymous. A resident can just call. It's 949-268-CALL.
Yes.
So they could call us, report a potential violation. Our team will go out there and investigate. We are also working directly with the boards, changing the policies, looking at different various policies that are in existence, creating new policies that should be created, and so that's creating residents to call in and report violations as well. And then we also have a great team in the security officers and my internal team in the compliance department, and we are out in the field also patrolling the areas, writing up or taking note of what's potentially a violation and advising the resident of what the rule is and asking them to comply.
Yes.
Among the changes that have happened in their department, they now report to Chief Moy,
Yes.
head of security.
Yes.
So that change has,
Yes, it's definitely created a nice, clean, seam transition between the field officers who are out there reporting, looking at the items, investigating, helping, assisting in the investigation, and us who are here internally reviewing the documents, reviewing the violations, looking to assist them speaking with the residents. That change, that transition from having the compliance department to be under the security umbrella has definitely been instrumental.
And that's wonderful too, to have that clear and immediate communication and a streamlined process. So people do feel that even though the calls have increased, that you're handling that workload. So that's wonderful. And we can hear about this on Friday at 2 p.m. for sure. But also, I know, Francis, because your office is close to mine, that you get to have a lot of interaction with the residents here. And over 12 years, you must have heard some terrific stories.
We do. The compliance department, we get to interact with the residents one-on-one. We also get to interact with the boards at the board level at the closed session hearings. And the stories are just so interesting. We met a woman who came over on the Queen Mary. It's like, who would have thought that?
Really?
And then we had another one who flew the Concorde.
No.
And then we have Estrasuso who has a beautiful love story. I mean, he has this love story that's just out of the movies. It's just the interactions we have, the ability to help the residents and just sit down and have a conversation with them on what they did and what their story is. It's just so unique. It's who gets to do that? We do.
You know, and I feel the same way. That's the beautiful thing about Laguna Woods Village and the community, is that these rich, full lives that are here, the people that you meet are eager to share their history and their stories, and it's always interesting. It's always fun. So a part of the job that we all get to share here at Laguna Woods Village is that we get to be a part of this community and hear these things. But the compliance department is, it's a listening place. It's a place with people who have empathy. They want to listen. It's really not just a place where we say, "Yeah, did that wrong. Let's fix it." It's there is an interaction there, and there's a lot of good people.
Yes, there is. There is. I have a great team. I have a great team who are great listeners, who are empathetic, who will sympathize with the resident, who will sit down and have that dialogue with this resident, whether it's the resident who's coming in to report the violation or whether it's the resident we're talking to because of the violation that exists. So our job is to just give them that moment, hear them out, and then tell them against the rules, this is a violation, or against the rules in the governing documents, this is not a violation. And then provide them resources on how to deal with these.
And you must have a lot of success stories as well.
We do. We do. We have a lot of cases that that do comply. We have a lot of residents who just need to be informed of the rules, and then they'll comply. They'll take it upon themselves and take care of it. And then we have residents who would just call us and be like, "Well, thanks for letting me know. I got it. I'm on it. I'm sorry I even had to bother you, or I'm sorry you even had to write a letter." And then we're grateful for those too.
It's wonderful. So this Friday would be a way for folks to come in and learn a little more.
a month ago, we had over 100 people show up, and it was, communication was the subject, and we had 4 staff members who spoke.
Oh, wonderful.
And last month as well, I was at a Garden Villa Association
Yes.
known as GVA, and Frances was one of the guest speakers, and they gave her about 5 minutes. We have her for a whole hour.
Yes.
And by the way, you mentioned something about my history, and today is a anniversary of sorts. 58 years ago today, my wife and I met on a train in Italy.
58 years ago.
Today.
Today is your
I was on the
anniversary.
train. She entered the train when it stopped in a community called Como,
Yes.
which is on the Italian-Swiss border. She is from Zurich, Switzerland. And she came in the same compartment, and we chatted for 6 hours from Como to Zurich. A month later, I was in the military stationed in Bavaria. A month later, I was back in Zurich, and it took her all of 2 days to say yes.
Oh my goodness, you are a man who knows the right thing. Well, I have one question before we finish up today, Mr. Strasuso. 58 years ago, you met your lovely wife. What's the secret? 58 years. What's the secret?
It's 2 words.
What?
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you for this wisdom. Thank you for telling us about your event. And thank you for being with us. We'll be right back after this.